And the last time I looked for work was about 15 years ago. And 15 years ago, it was much easier to find work. So headhunters, very interesting people to speak with. They seem to have big networks, but nothing ever came of it. Going through the approach of just sending a resume didn't really get me very far. A lot of times got me blocked at HR as well, because someone would say, oh, interesting, but let me send you to HR. They'll pre-screen you, and then you can talk to me later. And there was never a later. And I said to myself, I have to do something different. I just can't continue like this. I'm not getting any results. I looked on the internet for a type of coaching, someone to help me out. And frankly, I looked at 5 or 6 different ones, and they all kind of had a similar theme, which was, let's work your resume and get a better resume. Let's work your LinkedIn profile and get a better LinkedIn profile, and maybe a little bit of coaching on the side. And I didn't think that was the problem. And same thing with LinkedIn. I had worked through it quite a bit. I actually had paid someone previously to help me with my resume and with my LinkedIn. And I didn't want to go down that path. And so when I came across what you were speaking of on the internet, it just sounded different. It was something that other people hadn't spoken about. And I wasn't really interested in just getting a better looking resume. I wanted to do something different. And so when I listened to your presentation, it really spoke to me. And it sounded like something that would set me apart from other candidates. So I really grabbed onto it, and absolutely no regrets. I was able to speak so articulately about, here's the perfect job for me. Here's the elements of that job that would make it perfect. And here's the backstory to all of those elements that get me to where I am today and what I'm looking for in the future. Whereas, a week before, I was on the job boards thinking, I'm going to send out another application. I'm not going to hear back from them. Same old downward spiral. It was just incredible. And I went from 1 interview a month to at least 5 per week. Yeah. So you were there for me at a moment when I really needed to change direction. The coaching that you provided on preparing my career outline really helped me get something that was very polished and helped me build my story. And it's that story that leads to more and more meetings with more and more people. And that really is what I needed at that point in my job search. And it paid off. And it really helps build that support around you as well, which you so desperately need when you're looking for a job. Right? You feel so cut off sometimes. This really gets people behind you, and it feels like you have a team helping you find a job. And I didn't feel that way with any other ways that I was looking for a job. It changed for me. I think we joked one time in emails. My wife could see the difference as well in how positive and how excited I was. I had an offer last week, so it's a couple months, which it's pretty good compared to how long I've been trying since September 1st. So I don't think life changing is too small of a word to use, because really it's the job. The job that I wanted, I don't think you could have found a better match for the job that I was looking for from what I found. But, I'm extremely enthusiastic about starting this job because it just checks all the boxes. I reached back to you and I asked you for help for my mom. So, there's no one more important to me than my mom, who is also struggling in the workplace, and I wanted her to find something that would be so positive for her as well. And so I asked her to join your program as well. That's how much I believe in it, and that's how much I got out of it as well, that I want the person that I care about the most to go through the same experience. So, if that's not, that should be proof in the pudding right there.